Hello, Gabbers. My name is Kate.
My name is Carolyn.
And in this week's episode of Girls Unscripted, we are breaking down the Southern Charm trailer that just dropped and spilling all the tea that Miss Pat told me in my TikTok live. Yes, you heard that right. We're also talking about Lindsay Hubbard's baby shower, the challenge, Real Housewives of New York, and so much more. So don't go anywhere.
Stay the fuck there.
Listen to this episode. Threats always work.
Threats always work.
Welcome to Girls Unscripted. My name is Kate.
I'm Carolyn.
And actually, do you hear those sirens? Do you? Oh, it's me calling the fashion police on myself. I'm wearing skinny jeans.
Woo, woo, woo.
I'm surprised you didn't throw up when you saw me.
Okay, I've looked into this. I've done a deep dive. This is fine.
If there's a high boot,
you can, yes. Skinnies are fine with higher boot. Riding boots are like a little bit back in.
Okay, yeah, because I guess I would never wear a riding boot with like baggy pants. So yeah, I guess you would have to wear it.
Booties are still, you have to have thinner ankles, if that makes sense, if you're gonna wear a bootie. But like, this is fine. This is
okay. Let's not say bigger ankled people can't wear booties. What has the world come to that these are the rules?
I don't mean their physical ankles. I mean like the like the style.
Oh.
I'm not that bad.
I see. Like the booty itself needs to be thin.
Yes.
Not the actual ankle.
When I wear them next time, I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
I'm not a horrible
I was
person.
like, damn, we're about to be like that on Girls Unscripted? My God.
We are body positivity.
Damn. Okay, that's
ankle,
hilarious.
whatever you wish.
Well, hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Before we recorded, Carolyn asked me a question, and I literally looked at her and I said, save it for the pod. I want you to re-ask it to me because this is kind of like a personal gap.
Tonight I'm going to a Love is Blind party and we're having themed snacks, and I was curious if she had any ideas of what I could bring.
A themed snack for Love is Blind. Well, let's go over this season. You could bake cookies in the shape of like red flags.
Yes, red flags. I thought of like I could do something, cookies decorated like red and blue like the little walls were.
Okay.
I was also thinking making cupcakes and making them gold, so they're gold cup cakes.
Oh, that is a pun if I've ever heard one. I like that.
Because I only really know how to make cupcakes, and that was the top of mind.
I'm like, is there anything that we could do with like the actual people?
Or like something about like the kids. No, I don't know.
You should make a big cupcake with 3 little cupcakes next to it. So it's Tyler and his 3 children.
Or like I hide little things in there. Like Whitney with the pregnancy test on Secret Lives
of
Wonder
my gosh,
Laws.
now we're doing a crossover. There's possibilities. Yeah, I guess if you don't do it like the main people, it gets a little easier.
I mean, you could do like hydrogen, something science-y. Like that'd be fun for a drink. Like
Did you see the looks for the reunion? What they
No,
wore?
no.
Carolyn, you gotta look it up after this podcast. The looks are something. Here's what I'll say.
Are they serving?
The women are serving.
Nice.
Hannah is wearing a red dress that the internet isn't loving.
Okay.
I actually think it's cute, but I do think she's trying to do the RRRD, Red Reunion Revenge dress.
Yes.
Which is a bit played out at this point.
Right.
Only Ariana Madix can do it.
Right, the queen.
But I do think all the women look great. I really have no notes. The men, I hate to say it, sweet baby Garrett looked bad.
Oh no!
I'm gonna show you while on here so I can get your live reaction.
California leaning outfit, or his pants really short.
Oh, I wish. Actually, the opposite.
Xena vest, bow tie.
Now you're kind of on the right train.
Oh, yikes. I don't even know what to call that.
It's old Vegas magician to me.
Yes. Wow. Did you throw that? Like, did you think of that going into this?
I've already made a TikTok about this. So my jokes are already written.
That was really good.
But like the middle part, the big old fucking.
Okay, the middle part, I can kind of like understand and fuck with.
I want to show you more people now.
Okay, please show me.
So this is Ramses. Honestly, to be expected because he's a bit out there, but it's still a bit much.
It's fine. It's Ramses. I don't want to give him more attention than he deserves.
And then lastly, because we won't get into it too long.
I love that you're just showing the men.
Because the women all look great.
Okay.
There's really nothing bad to say.
Right.
In my opinion. Nikki D looks fine, right?
He looks good. Yeah.
Until zoom in to the shoes.
I was going to say, are the sneaks
They're platformed, Carolyn. They're lifted to make him taller.
Well, he is a short guy.
But that was such a thing this season of him being like, I never lied about my height. I always said I was 5'11".
There's a big heel on that.
He's wearing heels.
That, Brock wore heels and we loved that.
I did like Brock's heels. So you know what? Fair.
Equal opportunity for everybody.
But yeah, I think like the girl, Marissa looks great.
Fire.
Taylor.
Oh.
That will be hard to sit in, but
Yeah.
let's not talk about Alex. So I think she looks phenomenal. She got a haircut.
Wow. Also, RRD.
Yeah, so she's also wearing a red reunion revenge dress. And then they had Brittany and Leo there, which I'm like, I guess.
Probably because the world was like, where the fuck did Brittany and Leo go?
But I don't think they're gonna really say much.
I know. They're tight-lipped about Miami.
Yeah. And what happened in Miami?
And their downfall, which I respect that they're both like, whatever happened between us, let's just keep this here.
You know what? That is true. I do kind of fuck with that too. They're like, we tried, it didn't work, whatever. Like, she never really talked shit on him.
No, and people
she sure
asked
could
and
have.
asked and asked, and now she like jokes about it.
Yeah. Also, just so everyone knows, I meant to say this in the very beginning. We are recording this episode on a Wednesday morning. So the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City doesn't even exist yet. It hasn't come out yet.
It's not in the ether.
So we're not going to cover that today, but we will cover RHONY. But before we get into the other reality TV things we want to talk about, Carolyn, what's going on in your life these days?
Well, this weekend I was very excited because Kyle and I were like, let's be adventurous. And I've lived in LA for 12, 13 years. I've never been to Knottscary Farm.
Oh my God, I forgot you went to Knottscary Farm.
I've never been. And for those of you who don't live in LA, it's like a theme park where the Knott's cookies were made or are made. And during the holidays, it's themed. So during Halloween, it's Knottscary Farm. During Christmas, it's Knott's Merry Farm. And it's just a big joke, and we've never done it. And so we were like, let's do Knottscary Farms. We signed up, we went, we got there at like 2:30, and we go inside, and they're like, oh, Knottscary Farms doesn't open till 7. And we were like,
is it two separate things? You can't just buy one ticket?
Apparently. So this is a warning to anyone else going to Knottscary Farms. It's not what you think. I mean, they don't tell you on the ticket that it's only at night. And it's an hour and a half away.
It's not in the same park?
No. It's in the same park. But that park is a drive-in sound like Anaheim.
Well, Carolyn, though, wouldn't you assume that, like, the scary stuff happened when it got dark out?
Well, that's why we got there around late afternoon, so we'd have some scary light time and some scary dark time.
Fair.
We were fucked, right? Well, either we drove home and drove back. We drove home for an hour just to drive another hour back. So we went.
Wait, I have a question. I'm following.
Yeah.
If you bought the ticket, though, was that a ticket to everything, or did you have to buy a separate ticket for Knottscary Farm at nighttime?
We bought the separate ticket for Knottscary Farm.
Oh, so there's two different tickets.
There's two different tickets.
Oh, that's annoying.
There's not even a Venn diagram. There's
so
no
then you're
overlap.
like, either I buy two tickets or I just wait around for nighttime.
So they said you can buy a ticket for daytime, but you have 2 hours left till we shut it down to set up for. So we were in the middle of an awkward waiting period.
Yes. Okay, I'm following.
So what we did was the most logical thing to do. We went across the street to the Western Wheel Motel, spent $140 to stay there for 4 hours. I swear to God, Kate, there was blood on that ceiling.
What were you guys doing in there?
No, it wasn't ours. It was previous. Like, this place was
I mean, like, why would
hokey.
you go there? Just to, like, take a nap?
Well, it's either that or the car.
Why didn't you guys, like, go walk around, like, go to get lunch somewhere or something?
For 5 hours around Knottscary. I mean, spoiler alert, there's not a lot going on in Buena Vista. For us to like go.
Fair.
Although there was the pirate place where you can go see the whole pirate show and medieval times.
Okay, yeah, but that's
those
a lot
were
for
our
one
options.
day. So you went to the Wagon Wheel Motel.
Western Wheel Motel.
Western Wheel Motel.
140. No offense, was way too much. It was too much.
It sounds like it.
She was like, it was so fun. She was like, oh, you're gonna love it. It's such a cute room. We get in there. It's like if a 13-year-old tried to decorate and they love the color pink. Like,
no.
It had like an LOVE on the wall. It had a little pink bed for dogs. And Kyle was like, what's that for? I was like, animals, Kyle. We're in a room for animals.
Holy shit.
And it smelled weird, but They had internet, so we could watch TV. So, like, who gave a fuck?
That's, you know what? And it's kind of a nice
And
story.
it was a fun adventure.
So did you end up then going to Knottscary?
No, here's where it gets even worse.
Stop it.
Here's where it gets
I'm
even
scared.
worse, Kate.
I'm scared for this story.
This reminded me of you because you've had similar experiences, I feel like, with the potty.
Where is this going?
It was time to go, okay? It was 7 o'clock, Knottscary open.
The sun is setting.
The sun is setting.
The wolves are out.
The wolves are out. The Dodgers are playing. It's a fun time for all. My tummy gets a little grumbling.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, I don't feel good. And I got sick.
No.
We didn't even make it into Knottscary Farm.
Shut the fuck up.
I was in the Knottscary Hotel bathroom for an hour. And then the TGI, I tried to go. Then afterwards, we tried to go to Knottscary Farms. I was like, no, I can do it. I promise.
Suck it up, yeah.
Couldn't make it. Had to go to the TGI Fridays across the street for another hour. And then we stayed and watched into the Dodgers game. And we called it a quits because it was like, oh, this is like a virus. Yeah.
Did you have fun with each other? Was it like a funny, silly haha? Or were you like guys pissed off? Was Kyle Googling
we talked about this.
What are fair grounds for divorce?
No, we actually talked about this. We were like, at least we had a lot of fun today.
Okay.
Despite the disaster that this was.
Oh my
we
God,
like,
I can't believe you
what
never
the fuck are
went.
we going to do? The Western Wheel Motel? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am looking up if there were crimes in that area. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
That's marriage for you. Sometimes things don't go your way.
Oh,
and it's just so funny.
I'm sorry. That sucks because you were really excited
And
about
we went there at
Knottscary
like
Farm.
2 p.m. and still
Damn.
didn't get back till 9 p.m.
Damn.
But we never went to the
you
farm.
were there the duration you planned to be there for, but did not do one thing you thought you were going to do.
So that was my weekend.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm not over it, as you can tell, but I will be eventually.
We've
enough
now
therapy.
started a GoFundMe for new tickets for Carolyn and Kyle.
They were like $200.
I know that shit is not cheap. Well, that is the scariest story I've ever heard.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure the inside of the TGI Fridays bathroom was kind of scary.
Which one do you think was better, the Knott's Hotel or the TGI Fridays?
I'd rather be in a TGI Fridays because at least they're playing music in there.
No, Knott's Hotel was way better.
The bathroom?
Oh, TGI Fridays was woof.
Tough.
Woof. It was tough. Yeah.
You were not thanking God it's Friday.
No, I was testing him a little bit.
You were saying, why,
I'm
God?
saying,
Why?
Why me?
Oh my God. Literally. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's hilarious.
Did you have anything fun this weekend?
No.
Okay. Great chat. Moving on.
Okay, I'll tell you guys one thing. now.
Okay. Tell us.
And I don't think I told you this. So my boyfriend's
I'm engaged.
Well, my boyfriend. No, I'm not engaged. You should be engaged in this story.
Okay.
My boyfriend's parents were in town, so I didn't really do anything crazy this weekend. But on Friday night, I did not hang out with them, and I went to a Halloween party hosted by our good friend Zachary Reality.
Oh, that's right.
And it was a really cute little party, and I met some really cool people. And I talked to Ally Lewber for so fucking long.
No, you did not.
I actually did.
Oh my gosh.
I actually did. And like, I don't even know. She was drinking the Aveline wine. Have you heard of that? It's like Cameron Diaz's new wine. And I tried some and I was like, it's actually really good. And she was like, yeah, I don't really try and drink that much because like my boyfriend's sober. And she kept like saying things about her boyfriend. I'm like, oh, bitch, I know your boyfriend.
Trust me, I know.
But she was really nice and we talked for a while. And it was a nice party where I walked in alone. I was really scared, but I left. It was interesting because it was like a lot of like, I hate to say like influencer type people, but that is what it was. But it was cool because they all were just so like, hey, okay, I'm heading out. What's your Instagram? Let me get your Instagram. Let's exchange Instagrams. So now I have all these new Instagram friends and I feel so fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are there any shout outs to people that were like so cool you had such a good time talking to?
Yeah. What was this? I can't remember this guy's name, but he was dressed like Elton John.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was cool.
We love him.
He and his friend, she was dressed like a ringmaster. They could tell I was there alone. So like every time they like went somewhere, they were like, we're going out to the balcony if you want to come. That was really nice.
I was going to say, if someone can go to a party alone, it's this bitch right here. You can do
that. Doesn't make it any easier. I just am
Clearly,
like, I gotta
I'm
suck
not
it up.
with our experience at that other party before you got there.
Oh, God bless you. That was
Yeah.
not your best look.
Sometimes I'm fine.
That one was different though because that was such a huge party. All right. Huge news in the Bravoverse. The Southern Charm trailer dropped this week. Did you watch it?
Yes.
I think it looks pretty fucking juicy.
I think it's juicy as well.
So Who we are missing that we had last season is there's no Olivia and there is no Rod, but there is Rodrigo because there were 2 Rods last time.
Which also still so savage that they cut Olivia.
It's so fucked up.
Like after the season with her brother.
That might be my like reality TV hot take is that is evil that they did not ask her back after, sure, she was kind of boring, but after all the shit, not only she went through, but she allowed you guys to film.
With her best friend.
Her boyfriend, her brother.
God.
Give this bitch a break.
She seems very happy now, though, with her boo.
She's engaged. Justice for Olivia, though. She wanted to come back. She wanted to go back.
Fuck.
So.
Bravo would be harsh.
But they kept Taylor.
Yep. For whatever reason. Sorry, no offense. Sorry, that was mean.
I think yes, but here's the thing. People would say Taylor and Olivia are probably quite similar in their entertainment value.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying they both have been said to be pretty boring.
Right. Which is interesting because they're boring people around hot tea. Right.
There is a lot surrounding them for being, so it's both quite low entertainment value is what we're going with here. Although
LEV.
I'm now realizing though why Taylor had to stay on. It's because of Sally joining. So Sally used to date. Sally is one of the 2 new blondes. Sally and Molly, they both look the same. Their names are similar. It's really hard for me to keep up with who's who. Mm-hmm. Sally was on Southern Hospitality. Okay. Sally had dated previously Taylor's current boyfriend.
Right.
And has also slept with Shep.
Yes.
So that is a love square if I've ever seen one.
Which the fact that she just spills that out at that party to Paige and
if Paige DeSorbo asked for my social security number, I would not hesitate to give it to her. I would give her anything she wanted from me. So yeah, I know Paige was like, give it to us, Sally, and she's like, okay, well I fuck Shep, and I used to date Taylor's ex-boyfriend, and my parents are divorced. It's like she's like telling everything about her life.
And they were like, okay, go girl. Like it was a very loaded.
She is
okay, wow.
securing her spot on this show.
Yeah, good for you. Someone gave her a list of like things to do to stay on the show.
Right.
Just dump it. Dump it all. Say it all, bitch.
No secrets.
Yeah.
And then we do see kind of at the end of the trailer, her being Sally and Taylor get into a fight with each other, which I'm sure has something to do with the current boyfriend. I'm predicting that Taylor and Shep, this little like will they won't they thing is like so done. It's so done. I think it's so done.
So done. Apparently he's obsessed with this new girl.
And I do think Taylor needed to move on with someone else in order for Shep to move on with someone else or vice versa. Mm-hmm. They had a pretty unhealthy thing. So yeah, now Shep is with this new girl.
Who was a fan.
Who was a fan of the show.
As Patricia says, stalker.
And Patricia calls her a stalker. And supposedly Shep is like head over heels.
More into it than she is.
Way more into it than she is.
We've never seen that. So that's going to be fun to watch in and of itself.
Realistically, the only reason I can conclude to why he's more into it than she is because she's just dating him to be on the show.
Their dad.
What is he?
I just... True.
Did you just speak a different language?
I did.
What
that
language?
was Spanish.
Verdad?
Verdad.
Verdad that.
True.
True
dad. Verdad.
Verdad dad. But I have a theory that we're going to see a Shep semi-redemption arc. Not that he necessarily needs one this season because he's one of those you kind of love him or you hate him. But I do think he has minimized his drinking a little from what I've heard in podcasts.
Redemption arc. Apparently his arc with Craig is that they're upset that Craig's not drinking as much anymore.
And that is some bullshit. So they're upset that he's not drinking as much and he's cutting himself off from his friends for his business. And Paige is getting ahead of it.
Yeah, she knows what they're going to do.
She says, they're going to put this all on me. They are foaming at the mouth to put the blame on me. And she's right because Shep did that last season. They were in Jamaica, wherever the fuck they were.
That horrible trip.
Horrible trip. Oh my God.
Everything went left.
And Shep's like giving Craig shit about Paige solely because he thinks that Craig is not putting his relationship on camera enough. Really what it is, and it's a tale as old as time on reality TV, Shep was getting a lot of heat for the shit with Taylor. Him and Taylor, will they, won't they, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't want this to be about me anymore. Let's talk about Craig. And now Craig never wants to show Paige. Where's Paige? Why isn't she coming to Charleston? And Craig's just sitting there like, Dude, get the fuck out of here.
Tale as old as time. We've seen this with, we saw this in last Vanderpump season with Sandoval talking to Lala of like, well, you don't show anything on camera,
Yes,
Lala.
yes, you're absolutely right.
I'm sure there's a million other examples, but yeah, tale as old as time.
Yes. Well, there was another new girl named Molly.
Who, is she Tuba girl?
Tuba girl.
Okay, great.
They say that she's weird in a good way.
Love that.
But she admits to sexting Craig in the past.
Which is a choice to divulge.
Apparently, yeah. I'd almost be embarrassed to say I sexted someone,
I don't
but
think I
never
would
hooked
do
up
it.
with them.
The fact that there needs to be a distinction is cringe.
Right. Like, we only sexted. I'm like, okay, that's even weirder than if you just fucked the dude.
Like, it's weird to do that before you've hooked up.
Right.
Then, or maybe not.
But
I don't know.
She's weird in a good way.
Yeah, she's weird in a good
It's part
way.
of her quirk. And I do think the trailer's making it seem like a setup that there's going to be like drama between her and Paige. But I don't think Paige gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And no one with a fucking brain these days knows to cross Paige DeSorbo. Her fan base is too big.
Yeah.
You will die.
She has too many followers. And me included.
Is Paige DeSorbo a cult leader? Like, unintentionally?
She could easily become one. I would join it.
It's like, I'm sure they
She-
make jokes about this on their podcast. The gigglers are actually
Yeah.
in a cult because people do follow those women like they are cult leaders.
I would wear whatever she told me to. I would say whatever. Man,
Yeah.
maybe she should run for president.
I'd vote. Also, just so you guys know, I don't know how much these mics are picking up. It might be nothing. It might be everything. Where we are filming, they are drilling a basketball hoop into the side of the building. So this is what happens when you film, when someone gives you their house for free. It's so kind of them, but there are powers that be, and we can't argue with it.
And we've said it once and we'll say it a million times. Please make us famous so we can get our own studio. This shit wouldn't happen.
With our own basketball
With our
hoop.
own basketball hoop on whatever wall we choose.
Yeah. So if you do hear that, apologies. And if not, now you know what's
Now you
going in
know.
on the podcast studio.
Yeah, you have it behind the scenes.
Let's talk about JT. First, I want to know, because you and I have never had the pleasure of talking about Southern Charm together, because since we've had this podcast, it hasn't really been on.
Oh my God.
So what do you think of JT?
Oh, I hate him.
Yeah.
No offense. Sorry, that's mean too. I'm being so harsh today. He rubs me the wrong way.
Fair. And I think that's a fair statement.
I like his ideologies, I guess, and that he wants to stand up for women and stuff, but he's going about it the completely wrong way, and it's attention seeking, and he seems kind of belligerent and
Yeah.
has gotten like a really high from this whole reality experience.
Yes.
So that's been my takeaway from him. What about you?
I actually couldn't have said it better myself. I think that's pretty spot on. I appreciated how he did kind of come in really hot.
Yeah.
I thought it was something that Southern Charm needed.
Yeah.
I'm
And to have anyone to have anyone cross the guys.
well, and that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of sick and tired of Austin, Craig, and Shep.
Oh, me too.
And it was nice to have someone new in there to spice things up and bring some drama and call them on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get a bit too big for his bridges? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a bit uncomfortable in the way that he was with Taylor? Yeah, like obsessed with her.
God, yes.
But I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy watching him.
That's true. And we have a lot to say about him, so you know that he was a good character for reality TV.
Right. I could enjoy watching you on reality TV and know for a fact I would not want to like have a drink with you.
Be your friend.
Right. The trailer is showing us that he and Venita are like into each other.
I think that's a fake out.
I agree.
I think it's some sort of fake out. I bet they had some small, tiny thing. Maybe they made out at a party, or they like made eyes at each other or something, or producers just put this in their heads and they were forced to have one conversation about it, and it was split together as if it was much more serious than it was.
Right. I agree. I think that even in the scene that we see in the trailer, Venita doesn't look like flirty. She kind of looks like
Yeah.
disgusting.
I think that Are We on
A
the Same
little.
Page is about like something not them.
Yeah, maybe. But then I saw, I wish I knew where I saw it. It was either in a comment or on Reddit that someone claims they did see Venita and JT walking with each other in Charleston at like 9:30 a.m., which would make you think.
Which is a more intimate time than late at night.
Right, because it would make you think they just had a sleepover.
Yeah, they had an adult party.
Vanita, I also think, had a boyfriend for a while. So maybe this is like, I'm a single now and this is a rebound. And they say Charleston is small.
How do you feel about Vanita?
I like Vanita. I just think she's a bit out of place on this show. I think she's only friends with Madison.
Yeah.
She is not friends with Taylor. She was kind of friends with Olivia, and that's why Olivia should have been back.
Yeah.
But I actually like Vanita, and I just don't know what her storyline really is.
I'm such a bitch today. But
Maybe I'm being too nice, so we need this.
I think some people are made from reality TV and some people aren't, and I think she's just an aren't.
Yeah.
I think she just isn't cut out for this to be the place that she excels in.
I honestly am.
Which is not a bad thing.
I don't disagree with you, because I actually feel that way about a lot of Southern Charm cast members, specifically the women, because there is something about Southern Charm where they do feel like they have to be like proper and sweet.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the air that Taylor was trying to put on camera.
Yeah.
But then all the shit she did off camera came out.
Yikes,
so
dude.
I don't know if maybe they just care about their image too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens this season. Last season was kind of taken over by Taylor, Olivia, and Austin.
Oh, God.
And no one really got to do anything else. So
That's exhausting.
I think this will be a nice change of pace.
Last storyline that I'm really interested, they didn't even really touch on it except one line, is Madison and her husband.
Yeah, and
What's
she says
going on there?
like if I lost him, I would die.
I think there's something going on.
I disagree.
They haven't had a kid. I don't know if that's a fertility journey, but they were all excited about that. And we don't see them a whole lot. I don't know. I'm just curious about their life. And I know that's purposeful, like they don't show a lot of it. But I want to know what's going on.
So they do. Here's what I think. They do. You're right. I forgot that they were like talking about having a baby. But then she did say like, I just had this mommy makeover. I think that in that scene where she's like, I'm just afraid to lose him, or I don't know what I'll do if I lose him. I think it's because he's a firefighter. And I think she was probably just having a conversation with someone about him fighting fires. That's what I think. And I think
He's a firefighter.
Yeah. Well, and that's why he doesn't live in Charleston. He lives in Charleston some of the time, and I think California some of the time, because he's a firefighter in like California.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you know how hard it is to become a firefighter in California?
Well, and that's probably why he's going back and forth, because do you also know how hard it is to fucking put a ring on Madison LaCroix? He has struck gold twice.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't give up one of these things. I'll do them both.
He seems so great.
I think he's a cutie.
I think she struck gold.
I think she did too. And I think they're a great couple. I think that they put that in the trailer. Again, this is just a theory, because I think that they know that the fans love Madison. And aside from her spilling the beans of Shep's girlfriend being a fan of the show
And slapping Austin's face.
and slapping him, but that was like nothing.
Yeah. but
And
it's a
aside
mosquito.
from JT calling her a bitch, there's really no storyline with Madison.
Yeah.
Her place in this show is just to like be funny and have zingers and just be like, which is fine, but there's no drama with her right now.
Right now.
Hopefully.
Right. Which shows how much things can change.
Yeah.
It just like once she was married, she's taken off the chessboard. But she
Yeah.
had a lot of drama around
She
her
earned her
until
place.
then. Yeah, exactly.
She earned her place. There's also a new guy, which isn't in the trailer one time. He's a friend of Patricia's and brought in by Whitney.
Oh, I think I saw this on your TikTok.
Yeah, there's just like a photo of him, but I don't know anything about the guy.
I don't either.
Speaking of TikTok, so last week I had mentioned that Miss Patricia and I are friends on TikTok.
Yes.
I did a TikTok live a couple of weeks ago and she joined.
Stop it.
And she was in the chat.
Stop it.
So now that the trailer has come out, I want to say some things that she spilled tea in the chat. And
my God.
I even said, hey, Miss Patricia, like, do you mind if I like make a TikTok about this? And she was like, of course.
Oh my gosh.
So first she did say in the chat, and this is all my TikTok, I have screenshots. She said, no F words, please, to me.
Nice.
Because I was cursing up a storm.
Oh my God. She was telling you no F
Yeah,
words?
I felt like I was in a Miss Patricia tea party.
That is epic.
But I was also like, bitch, you're here. So
Yeah.
when you're here, you're family. When you're here, you're fucking family, Miss Patricia. She revealed that her and Madison are going to do a podcast together coming soon.
Oh, wow.
And I feel
We've
like
got to get on that
Oh,
separately.
she She would.
That'd be sick.
She told me I am the only Bravo commentator she follows.
Kate.
I don't know why, by the way. I don't even talk about Southern Charm that much. I don't know why.
You're just so lovable.
That bitch, she loves me.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
She was like, she said Shep was here tonight. He and Whitney are filming tomorrow. But then she said it's not Southern Charm. So I don't know what that could be. I don't know if they're doing something for Southern Hospitality.
Oh God, you don't think they're doing another
Like a dating show
for Shep, do
or
you?
Shep and Whitney.
Oh my God. I'd watch it.
I would too.
Not seriously.
I'm not going to lie. I'm starved for reality TV right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you even, aside from RHONY and Salt Lake, like, what are you watching?
Potomac.
Oh, so it's like a Real Housewives.
House of Villains.
Oh, are you watching House of Villains?
Challenge.
You're right. There's more on than I thought there was. But lastly, she also said, I had dinner with Sutton from Beverly Hills and she told me about her upcoming season. Wild. So what is shocking to me is that Miss Patricia and Sutton are friends.
I'm not shocked by that in the slightest. Sutton
I guess it
is
makes
friends
sense.
with everybody.
And they do kind of make sense.
There's so many crossovers with Sutton.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
and that trailer dropped. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. Talk about juicy.
I'm not caught up, but that does look like a good season. I bailed on
as
Beverly Hills.
fuck. You're
May-
what?
I bailed on Beverly Hills. I thought I think I stopped like season 6, but
That's okay. There is a point where it gets,
I might watch this
but it
season.
comes back into a headlining position
Okay,
around
yeah.
season. I don't even know.
Because this season looked good and I might just pick up. I feel like with social media and shit, like I know
You
enough.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
Kyle's dating a woman, but she's not telling anybody about
Facts.
it. She's divorcing her husband. Oh, Dorit. That's the other one. Dorit and Kyle go at it.
Because they were besties.
They were besties. And they would go on vacations together. And that became a thing because Kyle was like, we've been on one vacation together, Dorit. We haven't gone on that many vacations together. And so, and then there's always been speculation that Dorit and Mauricio have had a thing. It's such a wild theory. I don't believe it for a second, but people keep bringing out little pieces of nuggets to say, see, that proves it. So it'll be a juicy season. And I hope Kyle brings around Morgan.
She will, but it will be her friend Morgan. There's still a thing.
I actually heard that there might be a rift there because Kyle found Morgan texting other people.
Well, also, if I was Morgan, I'd be like, bitch, if you're not going to make me public.
Yeah, was the point. But apparently Morgan didn't want to be public. She doesn't like the whole housewives thing.
But then why would she go on it?
Facts.
I mean, let's be real here.
Boom. Mic drop.
Are you watching House of Villains?
Yes.
I'm not. I'm one episode behind.
Oh, it's fun.
It is fun.
I just love watching Wes on it.
I love watching Wes on it. And then you are watching the challenge.
Yep.
And the last episode of the challenge, again, we are filming this on Wednesday morning, so the new episode will air tonight. But where we're caught up to when Johnny, Bananas, and Ryan are in an elimination. Ryan ends up going home. I thought that was the dumbest elimination I've ever seen.
It was
All of
really
the eliminations this season have been ass. I'm sorry. I
Wow.
feel like I'm watching like a children's
The
show.
way you hit that S.
Because I love watching reality TV where I'm like, wow, I could never do this. And I'm watching this season, I'm like, I could fucking do this.
It is giving remnants of like earlier Road Rules versus Real World Challenge.
Or even like the Challenge USA or the Challenge All Stars where it's like
Yeah.
a little bit easier.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I've tried. What was the one before that? What other eliminations have they had?
Well, they had the one where they had to take the nails out of the wall and then hammer them back in.
Oh God, you're right.
They had the one where they had to like throw balls at a target and the other one had to block the person. It's like
Yes,
they're
you're
just not really
right.
that like I'm not enticed by these eliminations.
The first round of like let's eliminate everyone on the show that had a bunch of the classics.
And that set us up for like fucking success. And now I'm like, I don't need to watch.
It's like they blew their wad too soon, you know?
100%. And
We
maybe
know pole Russell isn't gonna happen.
yeah, we haven't even seen that except for the first.
But
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
because
if
it's
in
already
the first,
been done.
it's been done.
Yeah, I'm underwhelmed by that, but I love Rachel right now. The only last standing era one.
Is a force to be reckoned with.
I love her. I think the whole Bananas Angels thing is funny with Jenny, Aviv, Laurel, and Rachel. I'm excited to see, and I think the first half of this season, it was Era's 3 and 4's game, and now it's Era 2, really Era 2. their game to win.
So it's Johnny. It's everyone you just mentioned.
Well, era 2 is really just Johnny, Laurel, and Cara are like the main people. I mean, Nehemiah and Derek are also on it. But I think we're starting to see era 3 and 4 implode a little bit. Look, I love the challenge just so much. And I'm on my rewatch. I'm all the way up to Ride or Die, season 38. So I'm almost caught up.
I cannot believe you're still... Ride or Die was 2 ago. So
yeah, it was
you're
only
close.
2 ago, but this shit has been taking me forever. But I'm glad I'm watching it now because I'm getting to see Olivia and Horacio, who I didn't really get to see Horacio this season at all. Olivia's on, but she's not doing much. And I'm like, wow, they're fucking amazing.
You going back and looking at the Ride or Die partners, you're like, they were Ride or Dies at one point?
Yeah.
Who was Johnny's Ride or Die? Was he even on it? Nani.
Which they are Ride or Dies.
Yeah, he's never...
Hot take, I love Nani.
He fucked her over earlier seasons.
Oh, well, yeah, but kind of, but... I think they've always been friends. I like
friends.
Johnny Bananas too.
I like Nani too. Well, I think Casey makes me like Nani more. Because I like Casey.
I don't like
You
Casey.
don't like Casey? But she's so good.
I did like Casey until the cockiness really started to show. Even this season of Challenge 40, she has a talking head where she says like, this is what I get for working with rookies. Talking about Jenny started before she did. Like, I feel like she's gotten a bit too big for her bridges. And I heard she ditched the reunion and is, quote, retiring. She wasn't at the reunion, Casey. No.
Why? Is there bad fallout or something?
She was in Vietnam or Thailand or something with Nani, but she wasn't at the reunion.
Oh, well, maybe that's why.
But you can leave for 2 days and go to the reunion.
Well, maybe it's just because I loved seeing Nani meet someone that was good for her. I love seeing a healthy relationship.
Fair. You know what? Game aside, their relationship is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy for them.
I think that's what I'm clinging to.
Yeah. I did like Casey in the beginning when she first started, but then I was just kind of like, the cockiness was a bit too much for me.
And who was she Ride or Dies with?
Her brother.
That's right. Oh my God, her brother.
Which they have like no airtime in Ride or Dies. Like I've barely seen them.
Yeah, that's a good season. You're almost there. Is Tony on Ride or Dies?
No. Tony time?
Tony time.
No, I don't like him.
I was just curious if like the betrayal between him and Johnny had happened.
Oh, that was like Dirty 30.
That was Dirty. Yeah. Oh, I think Dirty 30 might have been my favorite season.
Well, that's where we get a lot of fun players.
I just remember thinking, wow, how can it get any better than this?
Yeah.
This is so good drama.
I was just thinking today, the War of the Worlds seasons I thought were really good, but that was hard.
Yeah.
Though that elimination was hard, everything
well,
about it
that's the
was
hardest
hard.
one there's ever been.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Hot take, I think my all-time favorite challenger, and I wish they were in era 4.
Don't say. I know who you're going to say.
Who?
Kyle.
Have I told you this before?
3 times. Kate,
I love Kyle. I think he is the best. I think he's so funny. But you want to know what? I probably already told you this too. But I think I love him so much because I am like a Geordie Shore stan. And he was not only a dud in Geordie Shore, an asshole. He was not fun to watch. I hated him. So then when he came on to like the challenge, I was like, ugh. But like, I love him.
He's really funny.
He's so funny. And he's good.
I told you, we've talked about this on this podcast because...
Have I? Oh, sorry.
No, because I think I've said this on here. He is someone, or maybe we were just out at brunch. I think we haven't talked about it here. But I said
And that just proves that we don't just do this for the podcast.
Yeah.
We be gabbing all day.
All day, 24/7. And I think I said at brunch, I would be the girl to absolutely hook up with Kyle, and I'd be the girl that hated myself for it.
Oh, you did say that.
You know? Because like afterwards, I'd be like, God, I fell for like, oh, he's so sleazy, gross with women. But he's so funny, and I have a soft spot for funny motherfuckers. Yeah. I do. And he's cute.
Real quick, before we get into our Real Housewives Roundup, did you see Lindsay Hubbard had a baby shower this weekend?
I saw that, but I just like one picture. Tell me about it.
Okay, so she had a co-ed baby shower. Mm-hmm. I think from Summer House, it was Kyle and Amanda, Gabby, Danielle, and that might be it. And Sierra.
I think Sierra was there.
Paige was on tour with Giggly Squad, so that's why people think she wasn't there. So it does seem like pretty much like most people were invited. You know who else was there?
Who?
The press. Entertainment Tonight was there. She was doing interviews at her baby shower with Entertainment Tonight, like red carpet interviews. She had an Entertainment Weekly exclusive come out the very next day. She knows how to drop a story.
Well, she did come from PR.
And it's to the point where I kind of respect it.
No, the game is real and the hustle is a thing. And she's got both, my friend.
100%. It was a huge baby shower. Everyone was there. I don't think there's a bad thing to say about it, except, I mean, if you want to shit on the fact that the press was there, but
you
it
know
also
what calls for cameras? Intimate family gatherings like this.
Always.
Gotta have them.
Always. We've seen a lot of like shit that she went through, so I guess at this point she's like, why not have
my
cameras
house is an open
there?
door. My house is an open door. My life is an open
Yeah,
door.
both. So Kyle was there, so I guess her and him are on good terms. Obviously Carl wasn't there.
Right.
But I've heard that they
got along
this season.
I've seen that as well.
Further proof that the two of them were just always meant to be friends.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing.
All right, let's get into our Real Housewives Roundup. Anywho.
No, you gotta let it like play all the way out. I want to hear the decrescendo. It's so long. It's so long.
It was that. Can you believe that was only 13 seconds?
I'll never get those seconds
I
back.
was like, it's your funeral. So obviously we didn't watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake yet, but Real Housewives of New York. I really liked this episode because I feel like we learned a lot more about people. Like we got the backstory of Sai's house in upstate New York.
Oh my gosh, I cried.
I cried too.
Yeah.
Uba's paintings and learning more
So
about
cool.
that. And seeing Jenna at her new job. Those were like the three big things that we saw. The episode was really just kind of that cute. What's the word I'm thinking about? Cumulating? That's not a word.
Cumulating?
Cumulating? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Cumulating into this Clueless party.
Yeah.
Does that sentence make sense?
I think so.
Leading up to this Clueless party that Jessel threw.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There was one thing in the beginning that I have to make a comment about, and I always try to stay non-biased and not get in the drama, but it was when Brynn was getting her eyelashes done and she's FaceTiming Gideon, her ex-fiance.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
It was so brief, Carolyn, but she's getting her eyelashes done and she's FaceTiming Gideon. She's like giggling, tee. I know that she talks to him a lot. She talks about him a lot, but they're not together anymore. This is what would make my eyebrow raise.
Pun intended.
Oh, she's getting her eyelashes done.
Eyelashes.
Did I say eyebrows?
No,
Fuck, that would have been good.
No, you said
though.
eyelashes and I just fucked everything up.
But it's raising my eyebrow to, is Gideon giving her money?
I was just going to say that. Everyone's thinking it. No offense, Brynn. If she's listening, she's such a gabber. No offense, Brynn. But everyone's thinking it.
Because
where is it coming from?
if you're not together, why are you? And I'm pretty sure last season, didn't they like go together for her to buy a car?
Yes.
So did maybe he. Like it is giving like how you would talk to a sugar daddy where it's like they do little check-ins and it's like, I'm keeping myself young and beautiful for you. Tee. It's like, I think that there might be something there. Is
it not? If there's not something there, I don't see, again, no offense, Brynn, what's in it for him?
Well, that's
like,
the thing but that's the thing with sugar daddies or whatever. What is in it for them? Sometimes they just like
to be daddies.
To know that they're like gifting a young, beautiful woman something. But he's also like hot and young too.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like some old fucking dude.
But also sugar daddies, like they accept some form of payment, and expect it to a degree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something more there than them just being like really good friends.
Yeah.
But
she said it. I agreed with it. Sue us. Please don't.
Sue us, please don't. There was a quick comment that Raquel made, and it was a great point that I thought about the whole Brynn versus Uba thing. Mm-hmm. And Raquel said, this is regarding Brynn, you're the one who triggered her to be painted as an angry black woman. And I thought that was an interesting point to be made. I don't have anything else to say about it. I just thought that was interesting and insightful.
Did she say that too, Brynn? I did not pay attention.
I think she said that to Uba when she went to Uba's house to talk about the paintings and they kind of had that conversation. And she said it in like a talking head interview.
The more I think about the angry black woman conversation, the more I get frustrated at Brynn.
It was, yeah,
I agree. That is so uncalled for.
I agree. Look, I'll be honest. I think that there's something up Brynn's ass and I don't know what the fuck it is because this was honestly a really peaceful episode. We had all these like great moments with Jenna and with Uba and with Raquel and whatever and with Sai. And then we cut to the scene of Jessel, Aaron, and Brynn trying on clothes for the party, and Brynn and Aaron are just shitting on everyone and everything. But they just were like talking shit on Uba, talking shit on Sai. It was just uncalled for, and it just seems like they're pressed about something that no one else really gives a fuck about.
I agree, and it's making me sad because Brynn is just falling further and further down my rankings. But on our TikTok, which our latest one, I just looked, has 82,000.
Our first viral TikTok on the Girls Unscripted TikTok
that's exciting,
page.
but I was reading the comments, and I'm going to read one. This is Eyes of Patty B. Hi, Patty B. She goes, hi, producer here, real quick. They probably had a conversation with Brynn last season about how airy she was and that she needs to be a bit more stern. So now Brynn is overproducing this season.
Interesting. That's an interesting take. I'm sure the producers got in her ear. I think that's what we were saying too. It's obvious that she has been told she needs to bring drama.
Yeah. I don't think she meant to bring it like this. I don't think this is the drama she was trying to create of her bringing drama because it's just coming off bad.
She's not necessarily bringing drama, but more so being a fucking bitch for no reason. And I hate to say that because I like Brynn. I don't think Brynn is a bitch. I think she's purposely trying to be a bitch because she thinks that is what the show needs.
I don't know. The scene at that you're talking about where they all just like go on a rampage against everyone and everything. Brynn seemed really over it. Like, I don't know if she's a good actress, but I could feel her being like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
I do think she also doesn't give a fuck. Point being how she left Jessel's party early so she could get a spray tan.
Also, Sugared and Bronze.
It's a chain. There's probably 50 of them in your fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
But like she was being rude for no reason towards Jessel, who she's friends with and didn't do anything to her. So not only did she leave the party early, she's making comments about how it's like a 5-year-old's party. She keeps saying how she's camp and having too many outfit changes. Chill the fuck out.
And here's what you were talking about last week, or whatever the week it was, where there's so many fights that I can't even remember. Is Brynn mad at Jessel?
No.
Is there a reason for Brynn to be upset with Jessel?
Because I thought the same thing, and I'm like, no, I actually don't. I think they're cool.
I can't.
So I don't know why you're being so mean for no reason.
Yeah, Jessel's not gonna like that. She's gonna bring that up in the reunion faux show.
And then that also brings us to Aaron is revealing how Brynn was jealous of the friendship between Aaron and Jenna.
Yeah. Okay. What the fuck? They were just together, both yapping about how they're on the same team and they hate everybody else. And then she's at this party saying how much like she dislikes Brynn because she was putting a wedge between her and Jenna. What's going on?
It makes no sense. And then Aaron's sitting there saying, Jenna's annoying me so much. But in the same breath saying like, Jenna and I got really close. So it's like, I'm confused on this whole timeline. But she did say, and this goes into our whole producer narrative of Brynn being overly produced. Aaron says Jenna was gaining popularity, so Brynn tried to break up Jenna and Aaron. Brynn wants to be the most popular housewife.
Yeah, she wants to be the center apple.
And unfortunately for her, she was. And I think this season is going to take that away from her.
Was she even? I think Jenna always had.
I think it was Jenna and Brynn. I think people loved Brynn.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, actually. Maybe it's just because I liked Brynn, but I did love Jessel's party at the end. Talk about committing to the bit. Jenna did not have that phone leave her ear.
She was on a phone call the entire night.
To the point where I actually thought she kind of was on a phone
me
call.
too.
And she was like
Me
multitasking.
too. Like, I was like, could she wire her phone to go to that phone?
And she's talking to Abe about something like really serious, literally like this.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't think we're like in a bad place. Like,
she's a character.
I appreciated that. I love someone that takes a costume to the next level. I know it annoyed Aaron, but it didn't annoy me. And we talked about this a little. This is going backwards in the episode, but that beautiful moment of them spreading Sai's mom's ashes.
My gosh.
I cried. You
cried.
cried. Her aunt was saying these beautiful things. The kids were crying. And all the while it's being filmed, I do think that was actually a really nice scene. I didn't mind that it was filmed. Sometimes it's like, why would you film this? But it's like, this is exactly what we want. We want to be let into the realness of your life.
And looking back, even for their own sakes, it's kind of nice to have that memory forever.
I agree, to be able to watch it.
I don't think it's a bad thing to want to have it recorded.
I agree. It was also just a nice break from all like the bullshit fighting about nothing.
Yeah.
And watch something actually real.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very refreshing. And I forgot that was a big point of last season, that she kept her mom's ashes in her closet in like a fucking bag.
Yeah.
And I get that. That must be hard to get rid of them for good.
I can't even go there.
I know. I can't imagine either.
I get so upset.
I liked that. It was a pro Psy episode for me. I enjoyed that. I don't really know how I feel about Psy. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I don't.
I swing so hard in either direction that I just don't know where I actually land.
Yeah.
And I'm like, does that mean, can you actually like someone that makes you go back and forth so much? So I'm like, maybe I don't, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
With her and I.
I feel like she's just a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And she's so blunt, but then also wants to be like, who, me?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't really have it both ways.
Because I also feel like she's one of those people that if you met her and talked with her, you would love her.
I agree. Because when she's in the scenes with just her family, I love her.
She's so fun, so nice, so supportive. When she's in the fun scenes, she seems great.
Yeah. Like, I think she's funny. I think I would enjoy being friends with her.
She seems like a girl's girl.
But she kind of has a motive sometimes. Yeah. So it's tough. It's tough to see, but tough to figure out. That's pretty much all I had with this episode. I don't want to say that this was another boring episode because I don't think it was boring. I liked that there wasn't a big fight. I liked that...
But there was.
It wasn't like a huge fight.
Towards the end, I mean, it wasn't a huge fight, but it was enough of a fight about old shit that we've talked about so many times that I'm like, why are we even spending another breath on this?
Right. I agree. Just have fun at the fucking Clueless party.
Just be Dion. You look great. Like.
Oh, but you know what? We are starting to learn that they don't, and by they, I think this is also Brynn, talking about how Becky Minkoff is boring.
I was shocked that they went there.
They are like not hiding it anymore.
I was like, Becky? They're turning on Becky? I mean, Brynn did not hold back.
No. Well, it's because Brynn's pissed because she wants to have a good season.
Yeah.
And Becky is ruining that for her because Becky's boring and she doesn't want to drink. And I do think that's why.
But Becky's a bigger name than she is.
And she always fucking will be.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry, Brynn. God, we'll send you a fruit basket, Brynn.
I'm curious to see what the future for Becky Minkoff holds because did you hear, have we talked about this on this pod, the hot mic moment on Jeff Lewis with Cy, what she says about Rebecca?
No, what'd she say?
So they were like on a commercial break or something and Cy says like, she's kind of boring or something like that.
Wow.
And then someone was like, well, that doesn't make a good housewife. And she was like, yeah, well, that's the problem. Like, or no, someone said she's not going to get a lot of airtime. And they were like, well, yeah, that's the problem. It was something like that.
Oh.
It wasn't like that mean, to be honest. She was kind of asked and she was just like, well, she's not that interesting or she is kind of boring or she doesn't have much of a storyline. It was something along those lines.
Which isn't false.
And then a producer hops on really quick and was like, hey, just so you guys know, you're still mic'd up. Just so you guys know.
Shut your fucking mouth. Thank you.
And that was after the season had filmed. Oh my gosh. But then Jessel revealed at Hey You Fan Fest. Have you heard of Hey You?
No.
I had to be schooled on TikTok by the foreigners. So there was this big thing, Hey You Fan Fest, and there was people from Below Deck, Real Housewives. This is where they revealed there's going to be a Real Housewives of London.
Oh.
But it's going to be a Hey You show, not a Bravo show.
Oh.
Hey You is
What the fuck is Hey You?
It's an all reality streaming service from NBC Universal, but it's only in foreign countries. It's our Peacock.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they had this fan fest and there was all these like panels and shit. And Jessel revealed on the panel that their season ended abruptly early and 2 cast members had to be separated. One was sent to a hotel room and one was sent off on a plane.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Uba and Brynn. If the season's going how it's going now, I think it's Uba and Brynn. But Aaron's been getting into it.
Yeah.
I think it's someone and Brynn.
Yeah. And if it's Brynn, I don't think it's Jenna. But I could also see Jenna if someone comes at her just being like, disengaging, bye.
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving. But the way Jessel made it seem like they had to get separated.
OMG. I bet it's Uba.
And she said they a lot, so I don't think it's Jessel.
Yeah. Interesting.
But So maybe it'll get spiced up a little bit. Who's to say?
Who's to say it? So if you are on our Instagram, which if you're not, get on there right fucking now and hit that follow button. We put up an exciting announcement that we will be hosting Peter Madrigal from Vanderpump Rules on our podcast next week. And we'll do it again in case you missed the first wave, but we asked if you had any questions for him. We got a lot of great questions, I will say. If you have any questions, please DM us. We're looking at them, we're reading them, we're sifting through. There's some really juicy ones that we really hope to get to.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to him. He actually asked us to be on the pod. No, not to flex, but so we're excited, and we'll definitely get something
juicy.
Because he already knows us. So yes. I feel like maybe he'll open up a little bit.
Yeah. We'll make him comfy.
This is just the start of us having more guest episodes. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's sign off so we can go watch House of Villains, The Challenge, and House of Villains, The Challenge, Survivor, and Real Housewives of Salt Lake all air on Wednesdays. I've been struggling. Just want you guys to know that.
Big night.
Wednesdays have been tough for me.
Drink your liquid IV.
Yeah.
It's
really.
a marathon.
And an espresso martini for the nighttime because I need to watch all these shows.
Yep.
But as always, thank you guys so much. If there's any new listeners from our viral TikTok, welcome.
Welcome. We get seriously really sappy and sentimental that you're here and that you found us and that you're listening. If you've listened all the way till now, hell, you've spent an hour with us.
Yeah. It never gets old to be like, we have fans. But yeah, I hope you guys have a safe second Halloween weekend. Not to get political, but get out there and vote.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.